But yeah, people are getting laid off in this, unceremonious fashion. Elon Musk is fucking complaining about it. Twitter has had a massive drop in revenue due to activist groups pressuring advertisers, even though nothing has changed with content moderation, and we did everything we could to appease the activists, he says, which is bullshit. Extremely messed up. They're trying to destroy free speech in America. Even Hank Green is coming after his ass. You tweeted a conspiracy theory from a website less credible than the National Enquirer like 4 days ago. We all need to look inward as well as outward. And he said, and therefore Twitter should die. That's not the post. But of course, that's not what Hank Green was saying. But of course, dude, of course, he literally did the same thing that everyone on Twitter does, which is, you didn't say this thing, but guess what? I'm going to act like you said something you actually didn't say. Classic. America's had a massive dump in the economy due to the radical left pressuring local leaders for higher pay, even though nothing has changed under your favorite president doing everything he can make these radicals happy. Bigly messed up. They're trying to destroy America. Oh, it's not a real tweet from Trump. Fucking owned. That's a fake tweet. Thank God Twitter is out here doing the most. I've never seen this much fact checking, by the way. Surprisingly. I'm not going to lie. There have been so many fact checkings happening on Twitter recently. Also, there's a potential class action lawsuit as well. Twitter was just sued in a proposed class action for conducting a mass layoff without the required 60-day notice. It looks like employees are getting their notices, and at least some will be paid until January 4th, says the attorney who sued Twitter under the WARN Act. I am pleased that Elon Musk learned something from the lawsuit we brought against him at Tesla. Elon Musk is now making an effort to comply with the law on advance notice for layoffs, the attorney who sued Twitter last night now says. But she says she'll be looking into concerns about how Twitter chose which workers to terminate and retaliation. The fact-checking and adding this level of context to tweets is not necessarily a bad thing. I don't have an issue with that, especially if it's being applied evenly, because liberals deserve it, leftists deserve it, and right-wingers definitely need it, okay? Definitely. So I don't have an issue with that. I think that's a decent thing overall. I just don't think that it'll be evenly applied. First company that isn't propped up by federal contracts. Did somebody get addicted to government subsidies? Is true. This is a good tweet. Good job, Austin. This is a banger. Elon Musk has now purged roughly half of Twitter's 7,500 employee base, leaving whole teams totally or near completely gutted, including those tasked with defending against election misinformation ahead of the U.S. midterms next week. That's a fire thing to do, by the way. That was a very cool thing that Elon Musk did. I mean, this, for the record, what Elon Musk is doing is being viewed from a political lens, which I think there is a legitimate reason to view from a political lens. However, what you also have to recognize is what Elon Musk is doing is 100% what capitalists do. He went in, he bought a company, and he gutted it. He is going to put pressure on the existing workers within that company to do the work of multiple workers now. That's how mergers and acquisitions happen. Everyone is looking at this from well, what does this say about Elon's politics? Is he doing this because the midterm elections are happening and he wants to spread misinformation on Twitter? Now, that could be a secondary reason for why he's doing it, but this is no different than the way every fucking capital owner works. This is what entire companies are propped up to do, specifically this, consulting firms. This is what Bain Capital did. This is what Bain did. Elon Musk himself is openly Republican. Okay. He is definitely siding with the Republicans very openly lately. I mean, it's not surprising. It's called busting out reducing redundancy. That's the corporate term for it. Reducing redundancy. Or eliminating redundancies. They act like if a job could be done by one person, but it's being delegated out to two people because they want to fucking lower the workload of both of those individuals, they will consider that a redundancy that needs to be eliminated so you can make that one fucking person work extra hard for the same price. I don't think it's politics. I think it's just profoundly stupid. It's politics only insofar as he's dumb and addicted that he gets all his info from incel Twitter and just repeats their bonehead takes about free speech. I think that, personally, he is an idiot, okay? He is not a smart guy. And there's nothing better than the awful situation he put himself in as he was forced to purchase Twitter at a way higher fucking price point than it was worth and is now tanking the fucking platform without even thinking about the implications of such, specifically because he is personally addicted to tweeting. He did not fucking realize that this was going to be a gigantic fuck up. Why? Specifically because it's Twitter. Everyone's fucking annoying. Why did you think that they weren't going to be annoying to you? Twitter is the perfect platform to have people who otherwise were diehard fans of yours turn on you on a fucking dime and complain about every other thing that you did, because that's how parasocial relationships often operate. Elon was like, oh, I can't wait to have like all my parasocial stans love me. I'm going to buy Twitter. Well, oops, maybe I don't want to buy Twitter. Maybe it's not actually a great idea to buy Twitter. And then he was like, oh no, fuck, I'm actually stuck and have to buy Twitter now. Okay, I bought Twitter. Now I can't even fucking manage it. The hilarious tragedy of Elon Musk is that he really wants to post, but he can't. The man can't post. It's not in his blood and it never will be. He can spend all the money in the world and he'll never be a poster. The real ones know exactly what I mean. Yeah, he is a loser, but not a big enough loser to be able to be a good poster. Because a lot of incredibly funny people are just gigantic fucking losers with nothing to lose. That's why they're so good at posting. You need to have, one, the right type of mental illness, and two, nothing to fucking lose. Elon Musk has too much to lose and not the right type of mental illness for posting. Elon, great chat yesterday. As you heard overwhelming from senior advertisers on the call, the issue concerning all of us, content moderation, is impact on brand safety and sustainability. You say you're committed to moderation, but you just laid off 75% of the moderation team. Advertisers are not being manipulated by activist groups. They're being compelled by established principles around the types of companies they can do business with. These principles include an assessment of the platform's commitment to brand safety and suitability. Dude, even the average fucking neckbeard on YouTube understood why adpocalypse happened after a certain time had passed. They got mad at the left for starting the adpocalypse, but they realized like, oh shit, it was low key because like corporations are like, we want the platform to be woke, okay? You can get mad at that all you fucking want, but ultimately if you want to make money, these are the rules of the game. Most people understand why that happened on YouTube, and they weren't fucking Elon Musk. Elon Musk, for some weird reason, cannot though. It's just odd. If you purchase a fucking platform and your main point is like, I'm going to destroy the moderation on this platform, even if you're not actually going to do it, then yeah, people are going to fucking turn around and be like, yeah, I don't want to pay for that anymore. And now he's like responding to Ian Miles wrong, dude. It's time to stop appeasing the activists because they will stop at nothing to hurt Twitter regardless of what you do. You're right. Not realizing that like, one, he's responding to some of the worst fucking right-wing weirdos while simultaneously blocking literal advertisement executives. So for all the replies I've received that content moderation, denial of freedom of speech, it doesn't. What do you say about the fact that the chief Twitch just blocked me for exercising mine? Yesterday, Elon Musk solicited questions from marketers. Today, he's blocking those who ask them. I don't know why this man who spends so much time on Twitter, who literally bought Twitter, doesn't understand Twitter. He doesn't understand that a big part of the appeal for the platform is that like every anonymous account can get under your skin. And most people are going to take advantage of the opportunity to shit on a profoundly wealthy, thin-skinned individual. I know this from my own personal experience. I know what it's like because I like doing it. And also, it happens to me too. And not only that, but also on top of that, everything you do is visible on this fucking platform, dog. So why does he think that him like posting conspiracy theories or, I don't know, like responding to conspiracy theorists like they're serious people, this is going to tell everyone that is seeing what he's doing that this is the direction Twitter is heading towards. This is also going to like, end up tanking Tesla. It's also going to end up tanking other things that he owns because like everything Elon owns is like tied to one another. Literally 10 seconds ago, my coworker told me he's a genius. The normiest of normiest people think he's onto something without understanding the ecosystem they don't frequent. Yeah, but it doesn't matter ultimately because especially when you're on Twitter, Twitter is a platform for the people that write the media, okay? Twitter is very good at changing people's minds because things that happen on Twitter end up inevitably becoming news, even if it's not relevant. Why? Because all the self-obsessed media losers are on Twitter. So they are the ones who write the fucking news. And if you're personally offending them, they're 100% going to cover that shit. So he's not even going to get good coverage out of this because all the fucking self-obsessed loser journalists are going to fucking shit on him. For one, ruining their platform, and two, for just being fucking annoying. It's like a double bind where simultaneously the platform gets worse, which is already a shit platform to begin with, and we all know it. Like I'm a super user, I'm a power user. I have a fucking alt account on top of that. You know what I mean? We'll see. Cat turd report day one of Elon Musk owning Twitter. I'll be doing this every day to see if anything changes. As of now, I'm still shadow banned, ghost banned, search banned, and Twitter removed 1,200 followers today, as usual. Nothing has changed. I'll report again tomorrow. I will be digging in more today. What? Whoa, Arizona Secretary of State candidate Real Mark Fincham was suspended on Twitter. Elon Musk, this shouldn't happen a week before the election. Looking into it. Lol, AOC thinks Elon Musk is messing with her Twitter app. What can I say? It was a naked abuse of power. So, when a right-winger says, oh man, we're getting clapped by Twitter, Elon's like, on it immediately. When a left-winger says that, he's like, lol, shut the fuck up, dumbass. Interesting. Left of countless billions, government entities, media, and NGOs focus like a laser on ensuring big tech and government suppresses and censors online speech. Conservatives have a few social media accounts and a handful of groups fighting for online free speech. This assessment is more accurate than most people realize. That's insane, brother. If you believe this, you are an insane person. You're also responding to someone who wrote on dash line, okay? He said on dash line. What do you need? Yep, the entire team is gone. The team that was researching and pushing for algorithmic transparency and algorithmic choice. The team that was studying algorithmic amplification. The team that was inventing and building ethical AI tooling and methodologies. All that is gone. The entire ethics, transparency, and accountability team at Twitter is gone, if you want a sense for where the site is headed. And that team also found that Twitter was, contrary to popular opinion of Joe Rogan and many of the other dumbest people on the planet with way too much fucking influence, was actually amplifying right-wing voices, not left-wing voices. Can't wait for the 20 verified Dave Wasserman accounts on election night. All of them suspiciously selling cryptocurrency. The entire algorithmic team gone for an algorithm-heavy site seems odd. Did people from that team come out yet? No, that's not just the algorithm team. It's the algorithm transparency team. Is a team that's looking into the Twitter algorithm and trying to make improvements on it to ensure that it's not like fucking promoting Nazi conspiracies or there's like a balance to it. Democrats are so hateful. Elon is Elon that they're giving him $5 billion in government contracts during the Obama years and just got a $2 billion contract during the Biden admin for HLS. Yeah, no, I know, Faustini. I know. Elon Musk fucking claims that Democrats are awful while he literally has suckled on the teat, the government teat of the Democratic Party backed subsidies for every single fucking job he's ever had, for every single company that he's like almost ran to the fucking ground. Faustini might be a lib, but he is correct on this. I've often maintained the position that like Elon Musk and what he's doing is unironically what I advocate for. A company focused on sustainability that is, going to get the government subsidies otherwise offered to the fossil fuel industry, right? Except he's the worst fucking person, and he's such a gigantic piece of shit that he shows that even if you are in the green energy, renewable energy business, you can still, maintain your businesses in the worst way possible and also be so fucking insanely annoying about it that it makes that entire industry look bad. Bro, if you ask me, come to Brazil, if you ask me why Elon is a bad person, one more time, I'm just going to fucking launch you into orbit. I'm already talking about all the fucking awful dumb shit that he's doing. I'm talking about what he has done so far with Twitter and just, in general. And you're still like, instead of listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth, you just keep fucking posting the same shit over and over again. Why is he a bad person? Why is he a bad person? Why is he a bad person? He's a bad person because he's a narcissistic billionaire with incredibly thin skin and a massive ego. He has generated all of his wealth off of exploiting his workers while simultaneously relying on government subsidies and green energy initiatives. And he has still failed. He's bought into every company that he claims to have invented shit for. And he just markets himself. He literally uses companies to just market himself. Okay, that's it. I mean, this is a good video here.
He's just amazing. He's going to bring humanity to Mars. You're not being serious, are you? This is a bit, right? What? He is a genius and a self-made billionaire. You might want to sit down for this. He started his first company with money from his dad and his rich friends. Well, he ran it well.
Money from his dad, which is money from emerald mines that his dad had accumulated wealth from. If you want to understand the conditions in an emerald mine in any African country, just Google it. It is fucking disastrous. Okay.
Well enough to make it huge. Not really. He sold it for $22 million to a larger company that was just trying to squash all competition, and then he got even more money.
Raising $50 million is a matter of making a series of phone calls.
He's still a genius. You'll never be able to take that away. His online banking startup had a security flaw that was so bad you could transfer funds from anyone else with just an account number. The board fired him because he was ruining the company financially, but he still made $180 million when it sold. He is the reason we can have a green future.
I'd like to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. That'd be cool.
What do you
He crashed that car, by the way, and almost died.
really wanted was fame. But he still founded Tesla. Tesla was founded by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. Who? Not Elon. He bought in. He became CEO in 2008, then started a media campaign to get loans and investments. Daimler said they would invest if he got a Department of Energy loan, so he lied and said he did. Then he applied for the Department of Energy loan and put Daimler's involvement on that application.
He also used that exact same tactic numerous times as he fucking got deposits from vehicles, including the Tesla Roadster and even the fucking Cybertruck that still has not been made, okay? And refused to make it. Like, he would just get, it's literally a Ponzi scheme. He would just get money from people with the hopes that one day they can fucking get a car and then end up building the actual cars that he was building while still funding that entire operation with promises that people will be able to get their cars eventually by putting down payments and deposits. Half the time he just claims he's going to make shit. He never actually ends up making it. But his stock prices benefit from it. His stocks take a big boost every time he comes out and says, we're going to do a robot. We're going to do human AI.
He lied to get the loans? Yep, $451 million of government money. And now Tesla makes money in an interesting way. Selling carbon credits. Companies' carbon emissions are capped and
Tesla was insolvent, like nearing bankruptcy. And what saved Tesla was quite literally carbon credits. Carbon credits. If carbon credits, another government operation to try to use capitalism to fucking promote renewable energy. If carbon credits did not exist, Tesla would currently not exist. Okay? It's just not a thing. It would not be a company. Tesla was on the verge of bankruptcy, and every single time they've been able to turn profit, they've only exclusively been able to turn profit by selling carbon credits to other companies that at the time were not creating electric vehicles. They were not making EV fleets or not making enough EVs. So they would just fucking rely on Elon Musk's EV fleet that was, that's all he was making.
And Tesla reduces emissions, so they earn a lot of credits, and they sell them to the companies that go over. The few quarters that Tesla was profitable were mostly thanks to this.
There you go. Also, John Oliver did a pretty decent video on like why the carbon credits schemes oftentimes do not end up saving the environment at all. For the record,
Elon tweeted, funding secured, Tesla going private at $420. That was a lie, and it inflated the stock price of Tesla.
My cash balances are very, very low. I simply had loans against my stock. So if Tesla and SpaceX went bankrupt, I would go bankrupt too.
That, what he's describing right there, is also called buy, borrow, die. That's what billionaires do to avoid taxes, okay? It's not because he's like some fucking, wandering nomadic poet who lives on really normal, affordable lifestyle choices. It's because he's not liquid, because he doesn't have to be, because he has a endless, almost infinite amount of assets that he can leverage. So instead of fucking paying, almost 50% of fucking taxes, he gets to look at how wealthy he is. He gets to show how wealthy he is to the banks and say, hey, give me a fucking super low interest rate loan. And then instead of paying taxes to the government, he pays what is kind of like a tax to the banks. You also mentioned that there would likely be a lot of Chinese intervention in Twitter since that's one of Tesla's main factories is in China. Oh yeah, I have mentioned that as a matter of fact. That's going to be really fun when the Chinese government is like, hey, do you want to keep running your fucking factory here? Well, then give us, then you're going to have to silence some conservative voices that are speaking out against China. There's also national security implications for a defense contractor because that's what Elon Musk is. He's a defense contractor and every single one of his companies works on the government dime. not only the carbon credits scheme that he is operating off of for Tesla, but also SpaceX. SpaceX is like almost entirely funded by the government. It's another outsourced GPL, contractor, basically. What the fuck happens when the government says, hey, kind of weird that you have all these international interests and now you are running the second, third most popular fucking communications website on the planet? I think it's interesting to think about because there is an avenue here where Elon Musk gets more government, farms the government for more money to be like, hey, I need your help securing Twitter, which is a profoundly important matter of national security. It's you don't want all these DMs between foreign leaders and American politicians leaking. I guess we need to get more money from the American government or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, but Twitter layoffs have begun. The long-dreaded layoffs are happening at Twitter, and it is, it's my heart goes out to people that work in any company that has to go through this kind of thing. He is just trying to run the free speech gamut here as hard as he can, and also trying to post through this shit. An update about the verification check marks not needing to authenticate identity. We saw internal docs with more insight into new Twitter Blue. Launching is now on November 7th, but only in current markets, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. Check marks for subscribers, no current ID authentication. Some features announced by Musk won't be ready. Euro launch soon. That's awesome. I think the best thing you can do is just implode. The best thing to do to implode your verification system is to just make it something entirely different, which is what this is. And also make sure that there is no way to stop spammers and scammers.